two are covering all things Hamptons to Hollywood. Kay and Kev starts now.
New Year, same coast. Happy New Year. It is Christina K, Kevin Kovacs. You are still home.
I'm home, and it's 2019.
Yes.
Good. This is very exciting.
Is this like a very good start to the year for you? Because
Yes.
being in the same room, I think, is a very good start.
I think it's a good omen.
Yeah.
For the upcoming year, yeah.
You know, it's so funny. We're recording this on January 2nd. Yeah. January 1st, I was in bed, just like miserable, sick. I was like, this is a terrible start to the year. Today, I woke up and I am so positive, and I just feel really good about the new year.
January 2nd is your January.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's like some article that January 6th is when people start their resolutions, start like the whole new year thing. They recover from the holidays.
Because they need that, 5
Like
days?
I don't know why it's the
that
6th and not like the 7th, like a full week, but
Yeah. Well, the last week of December is typically when I start mine.
Put this off long enough.
you started for that year that was about to end, yeah.
Gone by. Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
Well, I hope you had a great Christmas. Was Christmas good?
Christmas was great.
Yeah.
I've just been hanging with my family nonstop.
That's so great,
Doing
though.
stupid stuff, going out and eating. I've just eaten my
Yeah.
own food and my own body weight in food. yes, I've multiplied them twice the size that I was when I got here. And it's been great, yeah.
What has one of the highlights been for you?
Oh my god.
Like, is there like a particular event that you got to do?
Just everything in general. I mean, yeah, going out with my family is always great. Christmas Eve, we went out to this restaurant, Venere's, that I really like. Italian restaurant, it's very good. And then yesterday, it's just all food-based. My family
There's
loves
nothing wrong with that.
My family loves to eat. And it's like when you come home to New York, and don't get me wrong, LA, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Between the coasts, LA's got some great food. But you come home here,
Yeah.
and you get that pizza. You get
The bagels.
You get that bagel, you go and you get that deli sandwich.
Yeah.
We went to this place last night, Pastrami King in Merrick. Oh my God! I had this sandwich. It had like 4 different types of meat on it. It was absurd.
I'm gonna post it on my social media because
Okay.
it was just ridiculous. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. So I'm just like
You said
I'm still
that.
recovering from that.
You said that and my arteries started clogging. Like Pastrami King, was it called?
Pastrami King,
yeah.
yes. And I had the most massive sandwich. It was crazy. Yeah, no, but
That's
I'm having a good time. Yeah,
awesome.
it's been a lot of fun.
So you're going home tomorrow.
I'm going, and it's still weird to call it home. I do this
Yeah,
every
your
time.
other home.
Yeah, I'm going to my second home tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back tomorrow night, but I've had a great time, and it was cool being here for New Year's.
Yeah. What did you do for New Year's?
So for New Year's, I hung out with a couple of friends in Brooklyn. This is
Okay.
cool because I never, every time I come back, I never go to the city.
Yeah, it's always Long Island.
It's always Long Island, but I'm
Yeah.
like, the city's amazing. I gotta go, see what's up. And then, of course, the weather was just garbage on New Year's Eve.
was.
It was terrible. The rain was falling.
I was in the town of Patchogue, and there were literal floods. I ruined my shoes. It was like I could not walk without just being. It was past my ankles.
Wasn't
the
it
flood.
terrible?
It was so bad.
So I get on the Long Island Railroad and I go to Atlantic Terminal in Brooklyn.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, so I get off right by Barclays.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it in person. I've never seen Barclays. No, I've never been inside.
We might have talked about this.
I've never been inside of Barclays
I
yet,
love
and I've
it.
never. And it was just so cool. And I'm like, I got to do myself because I was gonna call an Uber, and I'm like, you know what? I got to do myself a favor. I got to walk. I got to walk in the city a little bit. But of course,
Yeah.
I chose the night where it's downpouring.
Yep.
So I get in there and I just walk 10 minutes to the spot that I'm going to for this little house party. We had a great time.
That's awesome.
But yeah, when I get there, I'm just drenched. I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I just take a cab, Uber, whatever? Yeah. But it was so much fun. How was
Good.
your New Year's?
It was great.
Can you tell me about Patchogue?
I wish I
what
was
went down?
feeling a little better for it because the concept was really cool. So
Yeah.
it was the Patchogue Theater. I don't know if you've been to the Patchogue
I've
Theater.
been there before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in a long time, but I've been. Yeah.
The whole town of Patchogue, they really built it up. It's so nice. There's really great bars there.
It's really classy there.
It is.
It's
The
just like a really
parking is
nice-
terrible, though. I'll be honest.
yeah.
But because it was downpouring, the parking wasn't that bad. People
Okay.
were like, "We're going to stay home." But
Yeah.
Patchogue Theater did a really cool thing. So I do a lot of work with the Gateway. I love the Gateway so
Okay.
much. They're a small theater in Bellport. They do like these Broadway style shows, but closer
sure.
to home. I think we've talked about it a couple times on
Yeah,
the
we have.
podcast.
Yeah.
But they were doing this Shades of Bublé
Okay.
show, which I know when I was trying to tell you about it on the phone, I didn't know a lot about it.
You were.
It's 3 guys, and they feel like Bublé is like 3 different things. He's like the Sinatra of our time. He's the crooner.
agree with that.
And he does these pop ballads. So like they represented him and did these 3-part harmonies that were so good.
So it's 3 different guys
3
giving
guys.
you different styles
yes,
of Bublé?
so they harmonized together.
That's
One's from
pretty dope.
Australia, so he had a really cool take on Bublé.
Okay.
But they did Sinatra stuff. They did his stuff. They started doing Josh Groban stuff. Like It was really well done.
Two of my favorites.
Yeah, it was. You would have really
Why
enjoyed
didn't
the
I
show.
go to this, again?
I don't know.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
I should have followed up with you.
I should have.
I'm a bad friend.
I wasn't feeling good. We were like very.
We're
off
both a little
this
under
trip.
the weather. Yeah, you know, we're
It was
both
not a
going
very
through
good
some
end
stuff.
to the year for us, but
you know.
now it's a new year.
Well, that's
but
what 2019's for.
it was really cool because I got to co-host the entire night.
Okay.
So me and my friend Scott, who runs the Gateway,
Yeah.
we were on stage for like a good chunk of the night.
Yeah.
We were talking about just stuff that's happened during this year, what we're looking forward to in 2019. And then we did a simulcast from Times Square.
Yeah.
And we did the big countdown, and like balloons came from the ceiling and confetti. And
Yes.
I had the champagne in my hand, and I was like, I kind of feel like a celebrity host or something. This is really cool.
Why do you kind of feel you are a celebrity host,
know.
Christina K?
No.
You
No.
stop it. You stop it right now.
No.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
So for that moment, you were like, yeah.
I felt really good.
You're feeling pretty
It was
cool.
a good start to the year.
You're
so.
like, I'm the ish right now. I'm feeling really good about it.
And then like 5 seconds later, I was like, I really need to go to bed now.
Okay. Are you like a late night person like that?
You know, a lot of times I don't fall asleep till after midnight, but I'm in bed.
Okay.
So like I'm just watching a movie
You
or
like
something.
to be comfortable.
Yeah.
At home, relaxing.
The older I get, the more relaxing I like to do.
That's just fine.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. For me, it's like quite the opposite. I mean, I'm a super lazy person in general.
Oh.
I am. I really am. but once you finally like get me out,
Yeah.
like I'll keep
Yeah.
going, and then I'll like want to shut the party down. I'll be
Right.
like, I'm gonna stay here till the end. So like I go into Brooklyn, and it's like all of a sudden we ring in the new year. We're having
Yeah.
some drinks. It's a blast. And then I see it's like 2:00. I'm like, oh, I gotta get on a train.
Wow,
So
you
then
did good.
I did. I stayed out late. So then I get on a train, and there's no train back to Long Island. Like I've missed it. So I got to go all the way to Penn. I got to go from Brooklyn
You
to
gotta transfer.
Penn to do the transfer. And I'm like, oh man, see, like I just don't live here
Yeah.
anymore. So I don't know how that process works. And anyone else would have been like, oh, got to get to the train by
Yeah.
2 a.m. But I'm stupid like that. I didn't know. So I did get home at 5 a.m.
Kevin
5 a.m.
Kogas.
But it wasn't because I was like living it up and
Yeah.
getting
So it took you
crunk or
3
whatever.
hours to get home.
Well, yeah, because with the transfers and all. Yeah, because
Wouldn't it
when I got
Uber
back to
have been easier at that point?
yeah, but you
It
know,
would have been expensive, right?
I'm just a big old cheapskate. An Uber would
You know
be easy.
what? You got your city fixed that way, let me tell you.
I did. I was like, I'm just gonna go, and then so I get into Penn, and it's just like me and all the
Yeah.
super drunk
Oh,
kids.
yes.
And I
Happy
feel like a lot of them are
2019.
younger than me now because you know
Sure.
the time's just going so fast. I feel like it's all like early to mid 20s people, and they're just like having a blast, and I'm just like, where's this train? I gotta get
Yeah.
home.
Were you
But it
by
was fun.
yourself?
Yeah, I was by myself.
Every time I have to
So I
do an
just people
excursion
watch.
like that, there's your silver lining.
Love
Okay.
people watching.
Yeah, well,
Oh
New
my
York City is the place for
God.
that.
I
That
got-
and Disney World, let me
Got
tell you.
so many laughs just like watching these people and their drunken
It was like your own
escapades.
personal show.
My own personal show. But it was a blast. I had a great time.
good.
Yeah, once you get me out, I'll keep the party
Yeah.
going because I'm like, let's just keep partying.
But you know,
let's
it's
rage.
so funny. We went to the day we filmed our last episode, 29.
Yeah.
We went to a party that night,
We
and I
did.
think all of us were like, I'm ready for bed.
Yeah.
It was like one of those kind of nights.
That night I didn't quite go as hard.
Yeah.
I feel like we all, and collectively as a group.
Every
this-
single person.
This whole walk
It
group.
was a
plus yours
Friday.
truly. Yeah, I think we were all just pretty
Yeah.
hyped from,
Yeah.
well, you guys a long work week. I never have long work weeks.
you
but,
you traveled the day
but
before.
I just traveled.
Yeah.
Yes, I was like, you know what, I'm ready to
Yeah.
hit the hay a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was still fun, but I was
oh,
like,
we had a blast.
I got home and I was like, what did I do? It wasn't like I even like drank a lot or anything. I was just like, I'm wiped.
Aren't you like so tired sometimes? Like the night passes you and you're like, was I there? Did I attend
Yeah.
that? Like, was I? Sometimes you just get a little exhausted, and that's how it goes.
And
yeah.
it took me a while to get home that night because we like carpooled, so we came back here,
You're a
and it took
trooper.
me a while
You
to
gotta
get
commute.
home.
You got to commute from lovely Walk
I think
97.
I think everyone was at a party that night because it was the Friday before the holidays, and it wasn't even
Right.
like the night before Christmas Eve. It was the night before the weekend before that. So people were like, "Oh, I don't have to do anything tomorrow. I can go to party."
People are still outraging at that point.
Yeah.
Not quite getting ready for the holidays.
yeah.
yet.
So I was a little shot that next day.
Oh
but
my gosh, I don't blame you. And
Yeah.
it's been an eventful couple of weeks at home. I've had a blast. I've just
Yeah.
been hanging out with family.
Are you at all ready to go back to LA? How do you feel about that?
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm excited. Anytime it's like a new year and just like new prospects and possibilities and stuff like that, and you know,
Yeah. You feel good,
with
right?
what I'm trying to do. Yeah, you feel and you kind of get rejuvenated. I
Yeah.
think like being at home and being around family. It gives I constantly have an appreciation for the warm weather. I'm like it hasn't even
Yeah.
been that cold. It's mainly just been rainy. and
Rainy.
kind of cold.
And windy too.
And windy, but like it's not even that bad. But I'm still just like such a little bee about it. I can't like I'm just
No.
like oh it's freezing here. But so I'm happy to go back. I'm happy
Yeah.
to see my friends. But anytime like the time at home comes to an end, you just
It's
feel
sad.
sad because I'm just having so much fun with my family. Like really just went by in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So but it was great though. Yeah. I saw some movies while I was home.
Can we talk about movies?
We
'Cause
gotta talk about the
I felt like
movies.
2018, and it's not just me saying this.
Yeah.
Had some of the biggest movies of all time came out.
Yeah.
In the top 3, you've got 3 of the highest grossing films of all time now.
Yeah.
Incredibles 2 is number 3, which has become the highest grossing animated film.
That's wild.
Then you have Avengers Infinity War, which I think is just a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
I think that is the 4th highest grossing film of all time. And number 1, do you know what the number 1 film of 2018 was?
Okay, no, I don't, and it's driving me up the wall. So you gotta tell me.
Because you had guessed Deadpool before
Well,
we
you
went
know what?
on.
I just wanted to guess like something, and you're like, no, you idiot, it's not Deadpool.
say that.
Well, you know what? Your tone, Christina.
Okay, maybe a little bit.
No, you were like, wow, what a dumb guess that was.
But you weren't that far off because it is a superhero film.
I mean, those movies do very well too.
Yeah.
So I was just like, maybe it's just like an outside the box
Yeah.
kind of thought, and that was way off. So
People were very.
People love that movie.
There was a high anticipation with that one.
Did you see Deadpool too?
I didn't. Because can
Is
I be
Deadpool
honest with
not
you?
your cup of tea? Is it too
No,
vulgar?
no, I'm fine. I
You're
like
cool
Deadpool.
with the vulgar?
But I
Okay.
wanted to see the first one first, and by the time I saw before I saw it again,
Yeah.
by the time I saw it, it was out of theaters.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, you know what? It's gonna be on Netflix any day. I think
Yeah.
it's coming out this month on Netflix.
At that point, you just have to wait, like,
So that's why
a
I didn't
couple of
see it.
calendar weeks before you
Yeah.
can watch it on all the Netflix and whatnot. Yeah.
And I spent so much money on films this year.
Yeah.
I saw over 10 films
put
this
in work
year.
on those
Not that that's a
films.
lot of money, but like, I don't get paid that much in radio, so I would like to save my money a little bit.
This is all very interesting, but I feel like you're stalling and telling me the number 1 film. You got to tell me the number 1 film.
Black Panther.
Oh my God.
3rd highest grossing film of all time.
How did I just
don't know.
completely forget
Especially-
about Black Panther?
People think it was like last year, I guess, or
Yeah.
well, at this point it is last year, but it
What?
was such like I don't even know what the right words are for what happened when this film came out.
Yeah.
Like people went bananas.
Well, it was a movement, and on top of like just how huge the movie was culturally, it had such like a widespread impact. That it was just a great
It was great
thing when it came
I saw
out.
it twice in theaters. Yeah,
you?
I did because
Yeah.
I saw it first with a group of friends,
Yeah.
and then like the other group that I always see Marvel movies with.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to see it again, and I have to see it with this group.
I feel like I did myself a disservice because I watched that one at home with friends, and I was like,
Okay.
I should have saw this one in theaters.
Yeah.
Anytime
It was a
Marvel
great
comes
theater
out with
film.
something huge like that, you feel like you're kind of doing yourself a disservice by not seeing it in theaters.
Yeah. For two
but it was great.
reasons.
Yeah.
One, because you get the whole big screen effect.
Yep.
And I like seeing it with other people. Like when I saw Infinity War, everyone's reactions made the film for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we were all in shock together.
Oh, yeah.
But also, spoiler alerts.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough time now.
Yeah.
It's a tough time because like I'm very like, and I say this with social media, like I don't post a ton on like Twitter and stuff, but I love going on there and I love
Yeah.
seeing like all the recent news and breaking news about
Yeah.
stuff. But I hate it. I hate it in that regard that some people just can't help themselves but to post
And
those
the
spoilers.
memes that come out of this that people don't realize. They think they're just being funny. But like with Infinity War, the memes that came out with the disappearing, it was
Yeah.
like, guys, that just
Some of
ruined
it,
the whole film for everybody.
some of the people posted so quickly, and yeah, like you said, some people, some of those
Yeah.
posts are very entertaining, very
Oh
funny.
yeah, once
But-
you've seen the movie.
But there's a large group of people, or
Yeah.
a chunk of people who still haven't seen this film.
Yeah.
And you're just ruining it for them. I don't
Yeah.
like that. I don't enjoy that.
I can't remember another year that I was this into films that were coming out. And you've had
Yeah.
big films like
Yeah.
the Marvel movies. You had Solo, which I know you really.
I enjoyed
I have to
Solo.
go back and watch because I don't think
you're
I
gonna
gave it
rewatch it.
enough of a chance.
You'll do it, yeah.
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 But then you had stuff like A Star Is Born and Bohemian Rhapsody
Yeah.
and Mary Poppins Returns. Like these are films
Oh my
that were
gosh.
so like wanted.
I'm very upset that I didn't see Bohemian Rhapsody.
I still haven't. Is it still in theaters?
I know. My folks loved it. I gotta go see
Yeah.
it. It's probably still in some theaters, yeah. But
See,
it's
now
that's
that's-
another one where you're gonna be able to catch it at some point
Well,
soon.
that's the
you know?
thing. That's one of those films that you know how it ends. It's based on real life.
Oh, I don't. What happens?
I'm gonna have a coughing fit now.
I'm sorry. You're still recovering over here.
I am.
Yeah. Wait.
Go easy on me.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So it's one
Yeah.
of those films like there's
Don't
not
ruin
gonna
it. Spoiler
be
alert.
it's not gonna be like Infinity War
Yeah.
Endgame or anything.
Right. Yeah.
So you kind of know how it's gonna end.
Sure.
And it's not one of those films like I have to see on a big screen.
Right, yeah. There may be things within the story or things
Yeah.
about his life that you didn't know. Another one, and I'll talk about the movies I went to go see
Yeah,
recently
yeah,
soon.
yeah.
We'll get to that. But like, Rocket Man, I know is another one coming out about Elton John. And so
Yeah.
it's like, things within Freddie Mercury's story, things within Elton John's story. It's like, the highlights of
Yeah.
these, incredible careers,
Yeah.
but you may not know some of the the filler details of their lives and their rise to fame and things like that. So yeah, I know I'm really excited to see that one. Though.
Yeah,
so
I don't,
Bohemian
is it
Rhapsody.
still in theaters? Because
I feel like it's got to be around.
That's
somewhere,
on my
yeah.
list. This weekend, I actually plan on going to see Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Okay.
Because I loved the first one.
Is that still in theaters?
I think so. I think this is probably like the last weekend of
I
it.
so enjoyed that first one.
Oh my god, so good.
I didn't give a thought to seeing the second one in theaters just because I'm not like a huge animated movie guy
love
typically,
it.
unless it's like the top. Well, you know what? That's a big one though. That is a big one.
That is a big one.
Yeah,
and for me, like I'm going to Disney in a couple of weeks. Shocker, I know.
Never
but I want to
been
see it
have you?
before, not this year.
Oh yeah, they haven't been there in 2019. That's amazing.
And I want to
gosh.
see Mary Poppins Returns because the reviews are just phenomenal for it.
I have family that went to go see that one as well. That said, it goes back to what made the first one, the original
it's
so great.
iconic.
But then it's a new, it's a new twist on it, which is exciting. And gosh, Emily Blunt, she's all she's all class and all talent. And
I love her so much. And Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, who's just a name I always want to butcher, and then somehow at the last second, like, get it out right. Lin-Manuel Miranda, yay! It's like an accomplishment every time I say that man's name correctly. I really want to see that one too. Okay, so I saw a couple movies. We got to talk about this.
Okay, yes, please.
Okay, so I went with family. My little cousins wanted to go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's the name of the correct name of the movie, yes. This movie is fantastic.
Really?
Oh my gosh. And again, an animated movie that I would never just go see by myself.
Right.
It would always take someone else to get me to go see it. And my little cousins are like, Kev, you got to take us to this
That was
movie.
a good
So I'm like,
excuse,
let's go. It's like, whatever, yeah. And wow, I really enjoyed it. So
can you explain to me, because obviously we just had Spider-Man Homecoming,
Yes.
but this isn't actually Spider-Man, right?
So this isn't Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man. This
Okay.
is not his story. This is the story of really multiple Spider-Men, Spider-Women, if you will. It's Spider-Man in a multitude of universes, in several different universes and things like that. But it's based around this kid Miles Morales, and there's already Spider-Man, and he's already established in the city. But then it's this young man's story of how he becomes essentially another
that's
Spider-Man.
cool.
But so it's just Spider-Man in several different universes, and it's really tough to explain. But once you go see it, you will be fascinated by it.
So you recommend seeing it?
I absolutely recommend that everyone go see this.
Okay.
It's not you really don't even have to have kids to go see it.
Yeah.
It could just be. But I mean, I guess that helps. But because that younger generation and my cousins who are 10 and 15 and whatnot, or around that age, they can kind of help me relate to it.
But I had so many coworkers that went to go see it without kids.
You don't need to have kids to
Yeah.
go see this. No, it's really great. And
Does it-
visually stunning, and the soundtrack.
Really?
Soundtrack's great. So, in Post Malone age and this new type of music that I don't, and we've discussed these artists that I might not relate to fully or listen to all the
You
time.
still appreciate it.
These artists within this soundtrack worked seamlessly. Visually, it's so cool. It's just a different type of animation, and I would really recommend that everyone go check it out. Yeah, it's really cool.
I'll add that to the list.
should
Two
go see it.
questions without giving anything away.
Yeah.
Do they cover Spider-Gwen in this?
They do.
Okay, good.
They do, yeah.
My
Many-
nerd colors are flying right now.
Many it's from my understanding, and I'm not a comic book guy. I look like a comic book guy, but I'm not a comic book guy. No, I'm not that. So that was a bad Conan O'Brien impression, but so I look like a comic book guy. But apparently, this covers a lot of the Spider-Man comic books, of different generations of Spider-Man, and a lot of them are represented in this film, and that's what makes it so cool that they kind of blend them all together in one really dope animated movie.
Now, is Spider-Man is in it though, like the actual.
Oh yeah.
So is it voiced by Tom?
Tom Holland.
Holland, thank you. I want to say
No,
Wilson.
because that apparently, and from what I'm understanding, that is a Marvel Universe Spider-Man versus this is a Sony adaptation, an animated Sony feature. So this is a whole separate voice cast. You know who is featured? Jake Johnson from New Girl is featured.
Him.
He's fantastic. You hear Chris Pine's voice in this
Love
movie.
him.
You hear many different voices. What's the I'm totally blanking on her name, but she's in every movie right now. The young girl, and she's on Walk, and she's on the radio, and she's in all the movies.
Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld, yes, super cute, really talented. She's in everything on the planet right now. She is in the movie.
Okay.
It's got a terrific voice cast. You hear John Mulaney in this movie.
Nice.
You hear tons of great voices. currently popular voices. Brian Tyree Henry's in this voiced in this movie. Another great actor at the moment. So yeah, it's really cool.
All right, I'll put that on the list. And what was the other movie?
Watch. Okay, so then I went to see that with the youngins.
Yeah.
And then I went, and my mom and I had a movie night because we always do. Went to go see The Mule with Clint Eastwood. You're not gonna go see this movie. Are you gonna go see this?
No. No, it's funny. Someone said that to me earlier today. They're like,
my God.
"Are you going to see the Sherlock Holmes one that got like terrible reviews? People are walking out."
Supposedly
of the
was not very good.
Yeah, and then
love
they
Will
asked if I
Ferrell.
was seeing The Mule, and I was like, no and no.
No, no, and especially
no.
The Mule. Okay, I won't spend as much time
Okay.
talking about it because you don't seem to care.
No.
But God, I love Clint Eastwood. I love him.
It's
And
a good cast.
Yeah, and especially coming off seeing Gran Torino a couple years ago, and I actually got to audition for Gran Torino
Oh, I
a
didn't
while
know
back.
that.
Yeah, it was a small part. Clint Eastwood gave the part to his son, Scott Eastwood, who's like in everything that Clint's in, and he also is like way better looking than I am. So I'm like,
he's very attractive. I'm not gonna lie.
so I'm like, why would I even audition for this part? Like, they auditioned character guys, and then Clint just was like, oh, just give the role to my son.
It's
it was
like a waste of time and money,
weird.
isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was a waste of my time, yeah. I had stuff to do that afternoon. But no, anyway, so like, I go see this movie, The Mule, because I just find him to be fantastic. I
Yeah.
love him, and he directs and he stars, and Bradley Cooper's in it, and Michael Pena's in it. It's got a really great cast.
I love Michael Pena.
Oh, yeah, he's terrific.
He's hysterical.
Very naturally funny guy.
Yeah.
And him and Bradley are together do their scenes together.
Bradley's killing it right now.
Oh yeah, and they're working for the DEA, and then you have Clint playing this old man who's making drug runs, and it's like crazy.
Yeah.
This is not the type of content that we normally talk about on K and Kev. We're very wholesome here.
We take a lot of twists and turns.
You never know where we're going. Yeah, what dark alley we're about to turn down. But yeah, so gosh, yeah. So me and my mom, we had a blast. So yeah, just that was, and obviously that's a much more dramatic turn, but it was cool because like literally one day I went to go see Spider-Man, and I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. And then the next day I see The Mule, and I'm like, whoa, that was real, man. That was crazy.
You go from the heroes to the crime. The guys.
Oh yeah. But no, so it was a nice cap to 2018 and some
Nice.
amazing movies. And yeah, we just had a blast, yeah.
So there's a long list of movies coming out in 2019, but these are what fans are most excited about this year.
Okay.
The sequel for Jumanji, which I thought the first one was phenomenal.
Okay, yes.
Another X-Men movie. I can't keep up. Aladdin.
So many X-Men movies.
I am so intrigued
little
by
time.
Aladdin because of the whole
Yeah.
Will Smith thing and being live action. Star Wars Episode 9, of course.
Yeah.
The Lion King.
What do you make of the trailer? We got to talk about
The
we got to talk
the
about first
trailer
looks for
was
Aladdin,
great.
and then we got to talk about the trailer for
What
Lion
I love
King.
with live action is that they take
Yeah.
the animated teaser trailer and then the live action and do side by sides with them,
Yeah.
and they stay true to what it was back in the day in the early
For sure,
90s.
yeah.
So I appreciate that. But then
Yeah.
then you go see the movies and like Jungle Book, still not okay with.
Oh
the
God, I
remake of-
loved it. What really? We had this discussion already.
Yeah.
I so enjoyed that. I don't know.
I
It's
had
tough.
trouble separating it from the animated, like Beauty and the Beast.
How are you going to possibly be okay with Lion King then? Is there
you
any
know,
way?
I think the cast is phenomenal.
Like when you hear Beyonce's voice, is that going to upset you? Or are you excited
I'm afraid
Are you
that I'm
excited
gonna be
about
like,
that casting?
So this is what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
With Beauty and the Beast, Emma Watson came out, and I was like, oh my God, where's her wizard wand? Like, this is Harry Potter. So I'm afraid I'm going to hear Beyonce's voice and like start singing Single Ladies in the middle of The Lion King.
No,
you know?
It's very difficult to separate when you know someone from something
Yeah.
so much. It
Yeah.
can be difficult to separate them. They have to be quite convincing in
So-
their role for you to separate them.
And
sometimes,
Emma
yeah.
Watson was not as Belle. I'm going to take that argument into 2019.
And I still haven't seen it, so in 2019 I will take your word for it. Don't go see it. Okay.
I mean, it's
right.
on Netflix. You could
All right,
you could
maybe
see it.
Maybe I'll give it a look.
And then the top 4 that fans are most excited about: Toy Story 4, of course. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
which is a brand new story.
Another Spider-Man. This is the Marvel one, Far
my
From
gosh.
Home.
Oh my gosh.
And then top 2, this is going to be like Black Panther all over again, Captain Marvel,
They just
and Avengers Endgame, which is the the most watched trailer ever.
just has my head spinning. The amount of superhero flicks.
Yeah.
This
I
is
love it
just-
though. I love it.
What a time to be alive.
So-
2019. We're gonna see some amazing movies. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
So we got to wrap things up.
We gotta
here.
wrap it up. Okay.
We didn't get a chance to talk about like New Year's resolutions. Do you have one?
Yeah, to actually like work out because I say I'm going to
Okay.
every year. Yeah, to
Can
stick
I-
to it.
Can I tell you, you're not the only one. David Cole and Stevie Price last year on our New Year's Eve show said they were going to go to the gym.
Okay.
David went 3 times on his own. Stevie paid for a year's worth of gym membership and did not go once.
Oh, I've had friends do that.
So,
There's actually no. Hey,
there's
Stevie,
hope.
I'm here to tell you there's no shame in that.
There's
okay?
tons
yeah,
of shame.
Yeah. Well, there might be some shame, but there's no judgment in that. I'm not, at least not from me, maybe from Christina. But yeah, it's one of those things where I want to stick to it,
Okay.
Oh, also, I've had a guitar for like a couple of years now, and I've barely played it.
Really?
Isn't this
That's
terrible?
so sad.
Doesn't this like depress you?
Yeah.
This is really depressing. I used to be like a singer.
You can write
I
us
used
a
to be
theme
someone.
song. You should
Damn
write us
it.
a theme song.
Yeah, no, I'd like to. So I want to, play around on that and actually play the guitar.
Yeah, okay,
Get
I
done
like
with it.
that.
Yeah, so these are my resolutions and yours. How about you?
I think I just want to be more positive and enjoy life more. I want to stop stressing. I stressed way too much about big things and stupid stuff in 2018. I just kind of want to
Don't we all
relax.
just sweat the small stuff so much?
Yes.
Don't we sweat the things like day to day where once that thing passes and you're like, oh, I'm fine. Like everything's
Yeah.
fine and nobody cares, but you spend all that time
Yep.
worrying about it. If we all did a little bit less of
And
that
I
in 2019, we'd be in
I think
good
one
shape.
way to do that is not care as much as what other people think, and I think I really have to remember that going into the new year.
Well, what do you mean by that? No, yeah.
What are
no,
you saying,
What are you
Kevin?
saying to me? Yeah, no, I spend all day caring about what people think. Okay, wait, is it question time? Do we got to do
That was
questions?
my question
That
for
was your
you,
question
because I
for me?
couldn't think of
okay.
anything.
Well, all right. Well, you totally stole my thunder, but your most anticipated film of 2019 was the question. And
Okay.
do you have any that weren't on that list, or does there have to be one from the list? Because you named like all of the monster
think
films coming out in 2019.
Avengers is a huge one
Okay,
for me.
okay, yeah.
Is there another one? No, I think Avengers would be the.
Okay.
I have a countdown on my phone.
Another resolution of mine in 2019 is to ask more interesting questions on this podcast.
Yeah, we're off to a great start with
We're
that.
off to a real rousing start, aren't we?
Maybe
Oh,
it's
boy.
when we're on separate coasts it goes better.
Maybe
that's
yeah,
the thing.
yeah. Maybe we're just getting a little too comfortable in studio here.
Well, I'm gonna miss you next week. That's for sure.
I'm gonna miss you.
When
a
are you
little
home
bit more.
next?
Maybe April. We'll
Oh,
see.
okay.
Yeah. Whichever way the wind takes, I might be back.
How about April?
Maybe April. Yes. Yes, maybe April. I don't want to say absolutely and then not show up like a
gotcha.
jerk.
Well,
Yes, either April or for my dirty 30 birthday in May.
oh my God, mine's in a
And
month.
yours
Mine's
is
a month
coming
away.
I'm not even going to be here for your
depressed.
birthday. What is
no,
wrong with me?
I won't even be here. I'll be in Disney. So there's that.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes me feel better. You're not even going to be present
Nope.
for your birthday. Okay. There
Nope,
you go.
too depressing. All right. Well, you have a safe flight home,
You
and
too.
I guess I'll talk to you on the other coast.
I'll see you then.
Bye, guys.
Bye.